Right then, here we are. Home Run Fitness.
Well remembered.
I will get used to the name. So we're here with Will. Just a little snippet about what's going to happen in the new year. Today we're talking shoulders. Okay, so I've been treating Will. He's got a bad shoulder. So your case history is really important. One of the most important questions on the case history is what aggravates the pain? Is it a musculoskeletal problem, i.e. is it muscle, is it tendon, is it ligament, is it the joint capsule itself, or is it something more serious? If it's something more serious, then we would have to refer off to the GP, might be neurological, we'd have to do neurological tests, we'd look at the reflexes and things like that. But we definitely know that it's aggravated. Will gets pain on pressing. Likes the pecs, he likes the tight t-shirts. Watch this. Brilliant, look at that. Okay, so we're talking the shoulder. What have we been treating? What are we looking at? What are the joints of the shoulder? So we know we've got this is called your glenohumeral joint, okay? And we've got flexion, we've got extension, we've got abduction, and then we've got external rotation, and we've got internal rotation of the shoulder. And when we combine all them movements, we get circumduction of the shoulder. Now, at different points of them movements, we're looking at different joints. So there's 4 joints of the shoulder. We've got the glenohumeral joint. We've got the AC joint at the top, which is the collarbone coming across and attaching to the shoulder blade. Then we've got the SC joint here. So sternum attaches to the collarbone, which is called the clavicle. And then behind here, we've got your scapulothoracic, which is basically shoulder blade on that rib cage. So we've been having a look at Will, and Will gets pain when he's pressing. So whether it's the bench press, whether it's the shoulder press, and then through the assessments, through the special tests, through the case history, we've come up, he's quite tight around the capsule of the joint. Now the capsule of the joint is tissue that wraps around the head of the humerus. This is the humerus here, and he struggles with internal rotation. So any kind of pressing movement, whether we're on the cable, whether we're doing push-ups, it's internal rotation of the shoulder. Okay, now if he doesn't have that motion, then this capsule, structures around that joint can get tight. So what we've been doing is we've been getting in at the shoulder, we've been improving this internal rotation, and this is what's missing. You can see that end range there. We need to get this back. This should be able to come through without the front of that shoulder popping forward. So we've been working onto this, we've been giving him rehab exercises. When he comes to see me, we're getting in and we're loosening off. We're loosening off the pecs, we're loosening off the shoulder, because we want the internal rotators, the small internal rotators that sit on the inside of the shoulder blade. Subscapularis is one. We want that doing the internal rotation. So we've been loosening off the pecs, loosening off the shoulders. We've been looking at the thoracic spine. We've been looking at how he stands, because to get this arm up to there, into the overhead position when he's working the shoulder, we need thoracic extension. And this is what we're looking for. But we've had some really good results. We've got him in the right position here. Pain is less. The function of the shoulder is less. We were hiking up on one side and this was dropping down. We were in sort of this posture, and then you can see all the stress through this side. So we've got this shoulder to drop down, we've got the extension, and we've got the shoulder blade coming back. So this is called scapular adduction, where the shoulder blades come together and then there's less stress around these areas, and then we can get into this overhead top position, and then we're not aggravating that shoulder. He can get through on his pressing because he's in that right posture. And we know the chest is up, the AC joints are in line, there's no stress on the neck, rather than being, if we draw these shoulders forward and just give you a quick look from the side, there's too much stress there anteriorly going through the shoulder. The spine is too flexed here. So flexion just means we draw forward. For this to work, we need to be in optimal position. So there's something called a wall test. So the wall test would be to get Will up against the wall, the lower back against the wall, the mid back against the wall, and the back of the head against the wall, and then we draw the arms up to the top. So you can see in that overhead position, he doesn't do it as much now because we've improved the range of motion around the shoulder and in the thoracic spine. But what he was doing is the arms were only getting to there, because the pecs and the shoulders were too tight and he was driving through the lower back when he was pressing. So if we just do a couple of shoulder presses from there, he was driving there, and as he was driving there, we were going through the lower back. So what we've done is we've improved the range of motion in this area, we've improved the range of motion in his shoulders, we've taken the tension out of his neck, and now we can get into this position without losing it lower down. But you can see, even on that picture there, at the back, around the shoulder, you can see how he isn't quite in this overhead position. This is where he needs to be, here. But you can see how he still compensates slightly through this lower back, but it's work in progress, and this is what we're aiming to do for you. We're aiming to improve the way that the body functions on a daily basis. We're not looking for repeat business. This is my new marketing thing. We don't look for repeat business. We want you moving, we want you pain-free, we want you happy, so Will can train you with his new range of motion to get the best out of you. And this is what's coming in January. So stick with us and we'll get you fit and strong. See you soon. Good timing.